Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some delicious cranberry bread. You can call it cake if you wish, but this is bread. Let's start. So I'm going to be adding some melted butter, 120 grams of melted butter. I'll be following up with some eggs, 2 large eggs, and then I'm going to be adding my milk, or you can decide to use some cranberry juice. I'll be adding my brown sugar. You can decide to use any sugar you desire. You can use white sugar, to be very honest. So guys, I'm going to leave all those wet ingredients, and then wait a minute, one more thing. I'm going to be adding my vanilla essence, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. You can use any other flavoring of your choice, but I like going with vanilla. It just goes with everything. So I'm going to be mixing all my wet ingredients together. I'll be making sure that I whisk it gently. Remember, I added eggs, so you just be careful so that the eggs are well incorporated into the butter and into the milk. So to the dry ingredients, I have my all-purpose flour. I'll be using 2 cups of all-purpose flour for these, and I'm going to be sifting it. What this does, or what this helps me with, is to get rid of lumps, if any, to get rid of dirt, to get rid of insects or anything, because you have to be careful with your flour. So I'm doing the same thing for the 2nd cup of flour, and by the time I finish sifting it, as you can see, there were lumps. If I didn't get rid of it like so, it will have been transferred into my batter, which I don't want, and it will eventually find its way into the cake or into the bread. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'll be adding some salt as well, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and carefully and patiently I'm going to be mixing all this together, incorporating the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. Don't worry if it looks like it has a lot of lumps. We just have to be patient. Don't worry, just keep on mixing and mixing and mixing until you get the smooth consistency. As you can see, just be patient, you get it. So like I said, you have to mix it well to avoid lumps, because if you don't get that lumps out, it will eventually find itself into your bread and your cake, and we don't want that, do we? So that's it, guys. I think I've mixed it enough. I've done enough justice. So to the main ingredient, I'm going to be adding some cranberries. These are cranberries, like real cranberries, dried cranberries. You can use raisins if you'd like, if you don't have cranberries, but I just wanted the cranberry taste. Like I said earlier when I was mixing the wet ingredients, that instead of the milk, you could actually use cranberry juice. If you really want that cranberry taste, then you can use cranberry juice, use cranberries as well. But I didn't have cranberry juice at home, so I made do with some milk. So I'm just going to be mixing everything together, the dried cranberries or your raisins or your dried fruits, and I'm mixing everything into my batter so that I have this consistency. I have my bread batter ready. So before I do that, I have my baking pan. I'm going to be greasing it with some oil, or you can use some butter as well. Please do make sure you grease it well so that your bread does not get stuck. Even after greasing it, I'll still follow up with some baking paper so that by the time I transfer my batter inside, it doesn't get stuck at all. So all the sides, I oil them, I grease them, and I'm going to be using some baking paper as well. Now it is time to transfer our batter into the baking tin or your baking vessel, and just do this. Just pour out everything that you have. It's thick, but guys, it works very well. So guys, we're going to be baking this for 40 minutes at 180 degrees. But before I start baking, I'm going to tap out all the excess air bubbles. Don't forget to preheat your oven so that it works with the exact timing that you've set it for. And can you see, looking so beautiful? I'm going to be inserting the skewer into my bread to make sure that it is well baked. You can see when it comes out clean, that means it is ready. And let's cut it to see how well it did. Oh my goodness, guys, this was so good. It was perfect. It was not sunken. If it sunks, If it was sunken in the middle, that means maybe it was not properly done, but it is well done, as you can see. So I was just cutting it in readiness for consumption, of course. So what will you be having this with? Is it for tea, or are you going with tea? Are you going with juice? Are you going with cranberry juice? Are you going with water? If you're fit farm, whatever you want to eat it with is perfectly fine. You can have this for breakfast. You can have this with tea. You can have this as a snack. You can serve it to guests even. They will absolutely love it, like I did. And guys, this is perfect for kids. It's perfect for adults as well. It's not too sweet. The combination of the cranberries just makes it perfect. Thank you so much for watching this video and this recipe. Kindly share, kindly engage, and please don't become a stranger. Kindly subscribe to my channel as well. I'll see you in subsequent ones. Bye.